Show on the road with the Archon Quest. Like one of the only people that I would trust like doing an Archon Quest with on Genshin while talking. I typically like doing Archon Quest like by myself in my own party so I can like listen to it, but like with you like I don't know, I just feel comfortable doing it.
Oh,
You like that. Because like I have to read dialogue from this and like do the Archon Quest, etc., etc. But like I feel like I can pay attention to you and this at the same time.
Shh, we're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity. Yep.
Well.
Right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that
trust me, the game audio is like louder than you. I think.
If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world. Yep, exactly. That's what Paimon was thinking.
I don't know why I find that funny.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off?
Now imagine this conversation, but if you weren't talking about bread.
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you? No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people in the streets. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only... I also can't
they gotta like crunch through it to get to the nice slimy hot part. Oh my god, that does not sound right.
But, well, regardless, as long as you're here with...
Slimy? Why start off with slimy at all things?
Huh. There really aren't many people out right now.
I don't care if it's my auntie, yo. What? Where the fuck can I teleport? I can't teleport, bro? What the fuck? I have to... What? That's the first time I cannot teleport in this game. They're making me walk all the way up here? Why? No, pretty much. Like, this is the first time they never let me teleport. Why the fuck can't I teleport, bro? Oh shit, it's a cutscene. It's a cutscene. Silent Soul. Alright, let's see what happens. Why is there a bunch of academia people up here?
What do you here at this hour of the night?
Let's see. Are they
like... the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular...
That's Dodori!
Do say so.
The outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to
I'm on my period and I just coughed out blood from my vagina because I was so shocked.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she left.
There's Dodori here.
The people of Sumeru City.
Are they poisoned? Or
what have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success.
Oh my god.
And
he got them shits on though.
They can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These
are
all just regular people.
Why is Dodori here? That's not what I was expecting.
We need to get out of here.
Nahida, no, bro! What? Nahida, no! I know you're a god and all, but bro, come on!
Just leave you here? Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh, Nahida! Beat her out! Oh, never mind. What is she doing? Yo, Nahida is literally the best god. Like, she loves her people so much. So much.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
Bro. Oh, okay, I'll tell you once this cutscene's over. Oh my god.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental
Okay, why is she like low-key getting ratioed by fucking Fatui Harbinger? You're a god, bro.
Such a
and you have your genosis.
You must be
Oh!
the god of wisdom.
Oh, why is Dodore here, bro? Why is he here? Anyway, pretty much a Fatui Harbinger, big bad guy. The Harbingers are like big shots, right?
Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
And so,
Is Nahida going
I'm
to be
saying,
okay?
and so Dodore is like literally the worst of the worst. Like he's actually like a terrible person. And what's it called? He experimented on this one girl and abused her, and now she has like a terminal mental illness. I mean, not mental illness, a physical illness called Elazar, where her skin pretty much deteriorates, right?
He called himself
And she's a young girl too. She's probably like 12 or 13, like at oldest. Her name is Coley. And Dodore, his nickname is the Doctor because he experiments on people. And so what he did is when we were running up the stairs trying to go into the academia, there was a crowd of people being controlled. So the people of Sumeru, the city, right? What's it called?
Yeah. Now that the doctor's in the picture,
they have something called the
we're no
Akasha
longer
Terminal,
just
which is
dealing
pretty
with
much
the
something that was
academia.
granted by
They're
the
in
Archon
cahoots
or the
with
god of
Fatui.
wisdom, which is Nahida, right?
What
And
did
the
Fatui
Akasha
have to
Terminal is
this
linked to their head, so
time?
pretty much they can
Another
like get information
gnosis?
from whatever they need. It's like having like a big ass dictionary except on
Yeah.
everything in your
Things
own
would
like
be
head.
a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city, but we can't just keep waiting
God.
around, right? You mean?
Oh, we're gonna go find Tainari. Let's go, Tainari! I love you! I love you, Tainari! I'm getting your boyfriend soon, I promise! Anyway, what's it called? So, the doctor, or Dodore, right? He hacked into their Akasha terminals and controlled their mind. And so what he did is he made everybody believe that the Traveler, or the main character I'm playing as, right, is a hero. Which she is. She technically is a hero. But the people of Sumeru don't know me like that. They've heard stories of me from other nations, because we just traveled to Sumeru. And so, what's it called? Pretty much they started, like, crowding around me and stuff like that, right? Trying to get their hands on me, because, you know, like, how they're, like, pretty much zombified and stuff like that. Just, like, trying to get their hands on me. And Nahida, she loves her people. Like, she is actually one of the best gods, because all the gods have flaws, right? And, you know, some of them care for the people, some of them don't. There's a lot of backstory behind the gods, which I love. They're called the 7 Archons. There's 7 nations, 7 Archons, 7 elements, I think, etc., etc. Like, it's the number 7. 7 days a week, etc., right? It's really, really cool. And so, I've never seen a god care so much for people. So what Nahida did, instead of, like, going after the doctor, right, and, like, attacking him, right?
A blonde-haired traveler.
What she did, oh my god, I'm getting attacked by Emirites. But what she did was she put, like, a barrier up and, like, grabbed all the Sumeru people, right? And pretty much hacked into their Akasha terminals to turn it back so they would be normal. And let me and Paimon run away. Because she was like, I can't leave the people of Sumeru here.
Government lapdogs
Paimon.
who don't even get scraps for their work.
But yeah, that's what happened.
We are an elite brigade that
and now we're
commands
looking
the
for
highest
Tainari, which is
commission
one of
rate
the
in
forest
all of
rangers, to
Sumeru.
help us out.
We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you
I
up
love
soon
Nahida. Like,
enough.
I could go on a rant about her. Like,
Get them!
she's not my favorite god. Her voice is actually really fucking annoying to me.
You're
But
a
she is
traveler.
amazing.
Into the wind.
I've actually gotten used to it. I'm gonna be honest. And I...
Adorn my night.
No!
Punishment.
Some things, I will be honest. But, like, I don't know, like, Paimon, a lot of people hate on her, but she's actually one of my favorite characters of all time because of how much she actually cares about the Traveler. Because, you know, Traveler gets used like crazy.
Isn't over yet.
But, like, during the Inazuma Archon quest... Oh, wait, go ahead. Yeah! Like, during the Inazuma quest, when Traveler passed out on the floor and everything, Paimon literally flew to us in, like, the middle of, like, danger, trying to get us up while she was getting, like when everyone was getting attacked.
Mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep
Like,
our
she
guards
actually
up.
really, really cares for us. No matter how annoying she gets, I love her.
This doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent.
I'm just surprised to see
He knew
Dodore this soon in the
exactly where to
Archon quest.
set
That's
up an
fucking crazy.
ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
3 hours or more, probably. Yeah, Archon. Mm-hmm. You would not get off this game for probably at least 3 months if you actually got into it, because you would have so much to catch up on. Oh, Coley's here.
Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
I feel so bad for her.
Chloe, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing
Traveler's
alright?
smiling.
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My
It's so
Elazar
sad.
has been progressing
Coley's
at a
design is
faster
so
rate
cute.
lately.
She's saying that her Elazar hasn't been the signal she has. Elazar is not doing so well, and that it's affecting her ability to do
Master
stuff.
Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay
And she's a
here
forest ranger
coordinate
too, and
other
wants to be a really,
people's
good
tasks.
one. But Tighnari just took her off the schedule because of how horrible her condition is getting.
Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to
Yo,
him.
Tighnari probably got captured, bro. At this point.
Oh, Master Tighnari? He just left the Avidia forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI. He left? What? Isn't Tighnari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia forest? He even turned down the sage's invitation. I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tighnari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tighnari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Partis DI. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now.
Man,
If you
stop
run into
lying,
Master
Coley,
Tighnari,
damn.
please send him my regards. Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
What is your question? Diona. Like, out of playable characters, Diona. Her personality is just fucking annoying to me. And she's actually on my current team right now, because she's the last healer I have to build other than, fucking, Sayu. Adventure takes courage. What the fuck is that? Oh, the cat? Yeah. Or did you look her up? I didn't like her, yeah. The reason why, like, I didn't like her was, like, just because of, like, her voice, her grating fucking voice, and she was just really annoying. Anytime she would come up on the screen, I'd immediately skip her. Like, every single time. But, like, out of, like, I guess, do you want, like, lore characters or just playable characters? Okay, lore characters, I definitely really hate, Dodoray, or, you know, the doctor, because he tested on children and did horrible things. Who else? There's somebody that I cannot think of right now. Oh, I hate the gods collectively because of what they did to Conria, even though we don't know the full truth about it. But the people of Conria have been suffering. My favorite gods, actually, my favorite, like, OG god would probably be Venti, because he actually cares about his people. I used to be able to go into an entire, like, super long rant about him. But, I took a break from Genshin for, like, 5, 7 months, 8 months, something like that, collectively. But Venti was just my favorite because, I mean, he's the first ever god, the animal god. and he's one of the OG gods. There's only two like actual gods that's been around for like the longest time, ever since the fall of Conria, which is the Geo god and the Animal god, which is Venti and Zhongli. Zhongli's the oldest god out of all of them. I love Zhongli a lot, but I also despised him for what's it called? What he did and how he handled the situation with the Fatui, because he put his nation at risk in a way. But I learned just going back into it that like he does really, really care for his people, and Liyue has such a rich history. I believe it has like honestly the richest lore in the nation. So I love both of them. Nahida I'm really growing to like because she really cares for people. Like she's putting everything first. She's actually like a part of the Archon quest. It's not just like, oh, go do this and this for me and like I'm having troubles with my people. He's like she's actually there doing everything for her people, like protecting them, like getting to know them, etc., etc. And a lot of her own people like don't like her because she's what's it called? There used to be another Sumeru god, right? The Dendro Archon, and her name was Greater Lord something, right? And then she apparently died during the flow of Conria, and then afterwards somebody named Lesser Lord Kusanali was a new Dendro god, which is her. And as you can see by her title, Lesser Lord, that's the name she was given. But she like really, really cares for people. Like the cutscene, like I don't know, I hate her voice. I fucking hate her voice, but I love her. She is amazing. She is amazing. Then there's also the god of Inazuma, which is Raiden Shogun, or in other words, A. She is absolutely amazing. I actually despised her. Like she was actually the number one god I fucking hated because of everything that she did. Everything. She was completely fucking selfish, and yes, she is suffering because she lost her sister, her friends, etc. But she caused a civil war between her entire nation, and she's killed so many, so many. She is a horrible person in a way, but she is understanding as a villain, and she has changed and has made reparations, and she has one of the best character backstories and one of my favorite characters now. But she still is probably the worst god by far. But yeah, there's a little rant. Like, for Venti, right, the animal god, the first god, he is a very carefree spirit because he has a lot of trauma, right? Like, his current physical formation that he has, he took on, a formation of his first ever friend that died in front of him. It was during, what's it called, a war, and his friend got, like, shot in the chest by arrows and stuff like that, because originally Venti was just a wind spirit. I actually have a plushie of Venti when he was a wind spirit on my bed. I got it for my Kinte, from my aunt. But he's super traumatized, and so like he drinks and is just like really, really humorous and sarcastic, etc., etc. Such a fun guy to be around, absolutely. But what's it called? Yeah. And then, but he also really cares for his friends. Like there was a dragon, the entire Archon quest for like Mondstadt had to do with Dvalin because he got poisoned and stuff like that. He still was there for Dvalin, but at the same time he wasn't like as much there for his people as he should have, but he still was there when needed. Like, absolutely 100% when needed, he was still there, he cares. And then the reason why I hated Zhongli was because he sacrificed his Genosis and gave it to the Fatui, even though he knew it would give the Fatui the upper hand and other stuff. And he let the Fatui test, what's it called? Okay, so there was this monster, right, sea monster named Osile. And he pretty much, Zhongli and the Fatui, unlocked Osile out of his cage to attack his own nation. And the reason he did this was because he felt that as a god his time was up serving and felt like his nation could live on their own, right? And so though, I'm taking back the Genosis and, you know, protecting them because then I know my time isn't up. But the nation did just fine. And so he wanted to live as kind of like a mortal, but without his Genosis, and did that. But the fact is that he knows everything, right? He is the most, a wisdom god, even though he's not the god of wisdom. Well, Dendro Archon is, what Nahida is. He's the god of, you know, Geo, and stuff like that. But, like, he still, you know, put his nation at risk. I understand that, but he was still selfish, because he should still serve as the position of god. I understand, you know, not wanting to be immortal, wanting to live your life, but when it comes down to it, responsibility is immediate here. Like, immediate. Like, I love Zhongli. He's one of my favorite characters. And fun fact also, I have all of his lore weapons. Every single one, I believe. I think I'm only missing one, and that's the Vortex Vanquisher. But I have, what's it called? I have the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, I have the Primordial Jade Cutter, and I have Memory of Dust. All three, and I actually have 2 Jade Wing Spears, because they're at Refinement Rank 2. I just don't have the vortex extinguisher, and I don't really want it. That's a signature weapon, but it fucking sucks. There's a lot of other ones, like Hu Tao's signature weapon is better for him, called Staff of Homa, because it gives like an HP bonus. He scales up HP for like shield and stuff like that. But anyway, I really love Zhongli. Liu Wei's history is my favorite history ever. He is such an amazing character, but he greatly like left me like perturbed with like what he did and shit like that. But I know that he really does care for his people, especially like in the past he did, but once he like felt that his time was up, he was selfish with it, but it was an understandable selfishness. But that's why, you know, I say all the gods are flawed. And then like I said, for like the Inazuma Archon, she lost her sister during the Battle of Conria. Her sister were twins. And her sister pretty much handled like every like diplomatic affair, and A was pretty much just like the bodyguard for her sister, right? Like she was more of the martial artist, while her sister handled social affairs, etc., etc. So when she lost her sister, she literally lost a literal half of herself. And she lost her friends too. She actually had to kill some of her friends because they went crazy because of corrosion and stuff like that. And she slayed like many beasts, and then waged a war on Watatsumi Island because Watatsumi Island revolted against her because she declared something called the Vision Hunt Decree, which visions in the game give you like powers and stuff like that, but visions, when you have one, it also gives you a sense of ambition, like kind of like a reason to live in a way. And so when you take one from somebody, they kind of like go crazy and like erode, I guess. Not really go crazy, but like they lose a sense of their purpose, a sense of themselves. So when she took away visions from people, people like started dying, pretty much. Like the nation fell apart. And the reason that she took away the visions is because she didn't want anything to change. She wanted eternity. That's why she's called the God of Eternity. Because she was scared of change, because when change happened, she lost her sister, she lost her friends, she lost her family, etc., etc. So she wanted to stay the same. And so when Watatsumi Island revolted against her, she killed so many troops, so many soldiers, but it wasn't her. It was her people, because she never came out of her plane of euthymia, which is pretty much her mind. That's what it's called, plane of euthymia. She never was out. The only person that she let in there sometimes, but like not in years, is somebody called Yai Miko, which is her best friend, and also hidden, like a speculated lover, I guess, girlfriend. I have Yai Miko, I don't have Raiden, but I've wanted so long. And the thing is, so get this, right? There's A, then there's her sister, which is her twin, and then she has a son or a daughter. He's actually transgender. Well, yeah, he used to be a girl, and now he's a guy. He's actually canonically transgender. His name is Scaramouche, right? Or the Wanderer, or Beelzebub, I think. I don't remember. Beelzebub, I don't remember. But yeah. So she has herself, right? There's there's her sister, there's the Raiden Shogun, which is like her robot. She pretty much does stuff for her. And then there's Scaramouche. And then there is another body, I think. So there's either like 3 or 4 of them that are all the copies of the same person. But they all have different tasks. And Scaramouche's backstory is really depressing, and I actually get to see it in the Sumeru backstory, because that was spoiled for me. But yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and Nahida. I only know bits and pieces. I only know bits and pieces of Nahida, but from what I can see, she really cares about her people, and she's actually active in the quest, like actually doing stuff with us, which is great. It's a good change, and I really enjoy it. But yeah, all the gods are flaws, so I'm curious to see what Nahida's flaws is, and I think it might be like self-worth, I'm guessing, or caring too much. But yeah, or inexperience too. I definitely think it's inexperience. Yeah. Like, Venti was still there, and he's still such a god. He even, like, shaped mountains to give them, like, land and stuff like that. But, like, I love Venti. I would literally cry over Venti. Like, no matter how childish and immature he is, he truly once was a god who cares, and he just wants to live his life now. And I guess it's hypocritical for me to say, because of Zhongli, but the thing is, Venti didn't give up his role as god. He still is a god. He still is there for his people when needed. Zhongli gave up his role. There's a difference. Uh-huh. Like, whenever you see him, he's drunk and smells like fucking beer and wine. Dandelion wine, specifically. But, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Yippee. Venti, leave him alone! Leave him alone! And Venti's also a bard. I don't know if you can tell from his outfit. So like he sings and like plays the lyre and stuff like that. Yeah. I know. That's his friend's body. I mean, not like actual body, but like that's the physical form he took. Yeah. He's not like in a dead, rotting corpse, but you know. Yeah. It's really, really sad. I'll show you my Venti Wind plushie. But I'm a super lore nerd. Oh my god, and there's another thing too. Oh, so probably for like the non-canonical characters that I hate other than, you know, the Doctor, right? Or, you know, Dodore, is the leaders of Economia. I hate them. I hate them. I don't think I've ever cried harder over a fucking quest. Alright, get ready for this. This is one of my favorite fucking stories of all time. It's one of my favorite regions ever. So it's not like a main region, you know, like, what's it called? Like Liyue, Mondstadt, Sumeru, or Inazuma. It's just like a minor region. It's actually under Watatsumi Island, which is, you know, the part of Inazuma, the part that revolted against A. So Economia was pretty much a land before Watatsumi Island came to be, where Watatsians, they lived there, and it was actually under the water, under the surface, right? But they could still breathe. They still had oxygen, kind of. But what's it called? People, when there are a lot of mishaps happen. There's so much information on that, but I'll give you the rundown. So, the Economian people, pretty much there was these leaders called, oh my god, I forgot their names, but we'll just call them the Royals, right? They, how do I put this? They used, nobles, they were called nobles, right? So, there were children who were born in Economia, and what they did is that they took these children, right, and controlled them. They were born from an animal, I think. Like, yeah, it gets worse. Like, yeah, trust me. I forgot, like, what the children were born from, but I think they were born from, like, an animal. Like, a really, really strong animal or something like that. Let me look this up real quick, because it's one of my favorite fucking stories, and I really don't want to mess it up.
Is it just me?
Sun, children,
Have
Genshin.
there been more and more merchant ships recently?
Oh.
I have to find the best claymore in Sumeru.
These cosmetics are made from gems?
Okay, hold on.
I still can't seem to stand straight on dry ground.
I have to
Is it
find
just
the
me?
best claymore in
Have there
Sumeru.
been more and more merchant ships recently?
Oh yeah, the elders. So yeah, they were the elders. So, I'm trying to find out who they were born from.
Is it just
Okay,
me?
but pretty much the Sun Children were born. I don't know where they were born from. I think they were born. They're born from something, and there's something called the Dainichi Mishoki, right? Which is pretty much what gave light to Economia since it was really deep under the water, right? And so, when the Sun Children were born, again, I don't remember what from. I think it might have been from the whales. I really don't remember. It's bothering me. But what the elders did is that because the children were held to such like a big form of nobility, they pretty much used the Sun Children as pretty much like ruling puppets in a way. So what they did is that when they ruled the nation, since they were so young and inexperienced, the elders would like quote unquote aid them in their decisions, like when they were 6, right? And they were manipulated from like a young age, and then when they got to a certain age, they were taken to the Dainichi Mishoki, right? Which is Dainichi Mishoki, remember I said, gives it light. It's like a tower beam of light to light over Economia, and it's manually controlled as well, right? So dark time, daytime, etc., etc.
Everything is negotiable.
And so when the Sun
except
Children reached an
overtime.
age where, you know, they can like kind of figure out that they're getting manipulated, like 16 or 18, they were taken into something called like the rite of passing, I guess. I know you probably guess what happens. The elders walked them up to the Dainichi Moshi and told them to go in, and they burned alive in there, and they were trapped in there and died. And they never got to grow up. Mm-hmm. Your mic's lagging out, but yeah, that's the Sun Children. That's probably who I hate the most, the Elders. Your mic's lagging. Huh? I'm talking to Toki. Toki. Oh, okay.
Because I'm leaving here at like 5:45 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. How was your day?
It was decent.
Better.
I guess.
Huh?
I guess.
Why did you cut your eyes? I was just asking how you been.
No, none of them survived. My day was decent.
Okay.
Yeah. I cried over that story. Yep. None of them. They all died. But Genshin is actually like really fucking dark, like extremely fucking dark. It gets way darker than that. Yeah.
Work hard and live each day to the fullest. That is what life in Mondstadt is all about, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's yeah. Yep.
I have to find the best claymore.
It hurts my feels. Super, 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 super sad. You're upset, me too. Trust me, me too. It's really, really sad. You wanna get back on Overwatch? I might make Justin carry us because we've been losing so many matches for whatever fucking reason. Nope, 11. Let me make a party in the group chat. It's so mean! They're so mean about it too! Yeah! Like, you're not fucking paying attention! They're whispering! Right. I knew he wouldn't answer that question correctly. Like, shut up, bitch, you wouldn't either, okay? Come on! If there are actual lessons in Persona, maybe I'd be paying attention, but, you know. Oh. God damn! I'm sorry, Tokes, you're degenerate. Let me make a party in the other one.
Welcome. How can I help you? Don't we have a job to do?